What's going on, team? So today we're going to go through a tutorial on how to set up and use our Watson hack squat machine as per your request. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run through how to set this machine up to your preference and as well as your biomechanics, and then we're going to demonstrate to you how to execute the movement correctly. So the first unique feature about this machine that we have is that this hack squat is able to adjust its degree of elevation up or down. What this helps you to do is select various degrees of initial resistance from the sled, as obviously gravity pulling the sled down at a more vertical position will make the sled a lot heavier, more true to its weight, and having the hack squat tilted down will allow you to be able to reduce the weight of the sled or any of the weight that's actually loaded onto the pins. Now, the biggest feature or reason for this angle adjustment that Watson has designed is to allow you to do a mechanical drop set as you're performing the exercise. So instead of a usual drop set where you would strip the weight off and continue doing reps, your training partner, if you have one, is able to actually come to the back and adjust the hydraulic midway through your set, so that reduces the degree of elevation of the sled and also obviously reduces the resistance that is coming down on you, allowing you to do a few extra reps. So come over here and let's have a look into how to adjust the hydraulic. So here we have the hydraulic feature of the hack squat. What you'll realize is there is a hydraulic pump right here, as well as the hydraulic itself. And pretty much only, as complex as it may look, there's only two parts of operation. So we've got the lever, the pumps, the hydraulic, and then we also have a release valve here. So how this works is, as long as this release valve is slightly tightened, we never have to over tighten this to any extent. As we pump the hydraulic lever, that elevates the degree of our sled up. And if we want to bring this down, all we have to do is slightly release this valve. And as you can see, the sled comes down and we just literally slightly tighten it. Now, how do you know at what degree or how to set your hack squat to the right degree of elevation that every time you come back to, or someone else might have used it and so forth, is they've put a gauge right here. So what you'll be able to see is there's a bit of a pendulum gauge right there. So as this hydraulic goes up or down, this pendulum will start to indicate what degree of elevation is actually present on the hack squat position, which is an awesome feature to keep your training consistent every time you come back to this piece. All right, team, so the other part of this hack squat is it has safety stoppers. So what you find is there's these inserts that fall into 6 different positions within the hack squat that you can slide in. And what that pretty much does is it avoids this sled sliding past these stoppers in case you're not so confident of going all the way to the bottom, or you want the sled to stop at some point for any form of indication for you. And the last thing as well is one big limitation of a lot of people being able to execute a hack squat effectively is their ankle flexion. So ankle flexion can play a big part in executing this right, in how much actual quad involvement you can bring into the movement, which we'll show you in a tutorial in a second. But the wonderful thing about this piece is that our foot plate is actually adjustable depending on your ability of your dorsiflexion on your ankle. So how does this work? All you pretty much need to do is create some support at one end of the platform. You will then pull, there's 2 pins, just like the safety pins that exist at 2 ends of this platform. You will pull one of them, let's say one of them out first, just like that. And then what you will do is you will pick this platform up and then insert this pin into the relevant hole down the side there, which there's 4 levels of adjustment on this, and then let this platform again go. You'll do that on both sides. That's going to allow you to either bring this platform a bit higher or lower. If you have poor ankle flexion, the lower you go, the easier it will be on your ankles, while you can still sit quite deep in the hack squat. So team, we have our wonderful Chloe here, who is going to demonstrate to you how we're going to use this hack squat in action. All right, so Chloe's here about to set up for her hack squat. Now we're going to assume again, we've adjusted the elevation and the platform degree to her preference and her body. The first thing that I want you to take note is Chloe's foot position. Now the whole purpose of a hack squat is to be able to get, let's say, your glutes as low as possible as you can to your heels, right? Because this is a quad dominant and quad driven movement. We do not want to execute a hack squat like a leg press, and I will show you how that looks like in just a second. So her feet are as low as they can go for her to be able to sit all the way in to this range of motion without having her heels elevate off that platform. Now, just for the purpose of this, what we're going to do is we will remove the safeties for Chloe here so she's able to get full range of motion down, and she's quite confident at executing this. So one thing that you'll realize right now is as Chloe is set up, she is currently has the sled on our top position. So if you're a little bit taller or you're not on the taller side, this will be the most comfortable for you. But as you can see right now, she's kind of unable to comfortably unrack this. So there is a second safety slot on this hack squat that she will adjust to match her preference better. So Chloe, if you just push that up, take the safeties off both ends, slide down a little bit, push them out, awesome. So this one's a bit lower. It allows you to more comfortably get under there and obviously engage the hack squat rather than having to step up on her toes and then adjust her feet, all right? So Chloe, let's run through the execution here. So yep, can you just go a tiny bit lower? Perfect, excellent. And whenever you're ready, disengage the sled. Wonderful, just go all the way to the top, beautiful. And one thing that Chloe is going to do is make sure that her lower back is always in contact with the platform below, and then she will descend under control fully while trying to get her hamstrings to make contact with her calves. Go down, there we go, beautiful. So she has full knee flexion at the bottom of the movement, and then she will push up with her quad, which is going to be the dominant driving muscle here. Keep going, Chloe, if you just do a couple of more reps. As you can see, big flexion on that knee that we keep talking about, and then she will drive up, awesome, to the top range of motion of the hack squat. That's how we execute the hack squat, team. So again, as she's about to stop, she'll just push the handles out and let the sled come down, and she's finished. Hope that helped you today. And if there's any questions, always feel free to come and see us. Take care.